I'm Joel Shapiro, Chief Analytics Officer at Varicent and Professor of Data Analytics at the Kellogg School of Management at Northwestern University. It's my great pleasure to talk a little bit here about how you can create a winning AI strategy. So let's talk about AI for a minute here. A lot of people have a misconception about AI. They think that AI tells them what to do. In fact, that's not exactly right. Rather, AI is really good at helping us predict what's going to happen. So you don't really need AI to do things like understand which customers spent the most last year, or to see which salespeople performed the best or worst last year, or to see which opportunities converted and didn't convert last year. Rather, AI helps us look forward to figure out things like which customers will spend the most and be the most valuable, which salespeople will perform the best or worst, and which opportunities will or won't convert. Now, to me, AI therefore becomes the foundation to shifting sales performance in comp from the very tactical to the strategic. I believe it is absolutely foundational to enhanced revenue performance across an entire enterprise. But why is that exactly? Why is it that predicting the future is so good? It sounds great, but I put that there are three very specific ways that predicting the future with AI can be helpful to you. And they are better preparation, better prioritizing, and ideation. So let me take each one of those in turn. Preparation is kind of the simplest of the three. It's pretty straightforward. If you know what is likely to happen, you can be better prepared for when it does happen. Pretty simple, but actually quite powerful. That is, if you could predict sales for each salesperson or buying behaviors for each customer, you can do a much better job of anticipating total revenue or product demand or customer support or staffing needs. Again, simple but powerful. You know what's going to happen, you're better prepared for it. The second thing that AI does for us is it allows us to prioritize. And this is where things get really cool. In other words, we don't just have to sit around and wait for whatever we think is going to happen to actually happen. We can take action. We can selectively deploy our resources to make sure we get the outcomes that we want. That is, if we know which salespeople are likely to quit, say, and go to a competitor, we don't just have to sit back and wait for it. We can selectively and proactively intervene to make sure it doesn't happen. If we know that a particular deal is unlikely to close, we can give our limited resources perhaps some heightened attention to that one opportunity to really boost the likelihood that it closes. Prioritizing is when we start talking about doing the right things or providing the right resources to the right people at the right time. This is what I like to refer to as customized managerial decision-making, and it is incredibly powerful and transforming sales today. The third thing that we can do with AI is that we can start to ideate solutions. That is, we can examine relationships of inputs and outcomes so that we can identify the factors that lead to the good stuff or the bad stuff. Because when we can identify those factors, we can, of course, do more of the good, try and stop doing the bad, with the hope of driving better business outcomes. I like to think of prioritizing as figuring out who to target and ideating as figuring out what we should do to those prioritized individuals. Now look, companies who are succeeding with AI are doing all of these. To me, this is what I mean when I say that comp needn't be purely tactical. AI allows us to find new and better ways to achieve our goals. It allows us to use our resources more effectively and more efficiently to get better results. And this becomes a true paradigm shift in comp and sales strategy. It's a new way of solving problems. I hope you are as excited about this as I am, and we are, and your peers and industry is. It's an exciting time.